How would you like to direct your own film? This week, LTX Studio opened access to the beta version of their all-in-one AI filmmaking platform. I was lucky to be granted access in the first wave of beta users. The platform is free to use whilst it's in beta, so make sure you sign up as soon as you can if you want to try it out. Also, to get extra chances to snag beta access, make sure you join their Discord server. You'll find links in the description below. Here's what you'll see when you first log in. When you've created your first project, it'll appear below, like this. Start by either entering your film idea or a full synopsis of each scene, characters and plot points into the box at the top. I'm going to use my own synopsis. It's based on the story of Red Riding Hood. Click Next and it will start to generate the story overview with characters, scenes and the shots that will appear in your film. Under Project Settings, you can specify the cinematic inspiration, visual aesthetic and aspect ratio. Cinematic inspiration is a text field, so you could put anything in here. Visual aesthetic has a large number of presets in a drop-down list. I counted 107 different aesthetics in the list. I changed the aesthetic to fairy tale, which seems the most appropriate, but it doesn't seem to change the look of the characters dramatically. For aspect ratio, you can choose from horizontal, portrait or square. It's identified 3 main characters in my story and given them the names that I included in my synopsis. Characters can easily be updated by changing the text description for their appearance and clothing. You can also change their voice, although their voice isn't used in this beta version. The voices that are available for you to choose from are from 11 Labs. So far, 33 voices are available. Only English language voices are available for now.
Dreams come true. Without that possibility, nature would not incite us to have
I like
them.
Janaya, so I'll use her voice for Red.
A modern man's man values respect and equality.
To reach true success, you need to learn how to make your mind work for you, not against you.
I believe they will probably roll out dialogue in an upcoming update, but for now, it only uses one selected voice to narrate the story. This is another good reason to choose a fairy tale for my first video. It takes less than a minute to produce all the scenes and shots for your film. Hopefully they'll enable dialogue options on the platform, and I can use those voices that I just selected. Anytime you use a beta program, you can expect changes to be rolled out without warning. You might also encounter issues with the platform. If that happens, then leave feedback for the programmers on their Discord server. You can make changes to individual shots while you're in Storyboard, or you can click on Shot Editor to edit the shots that make up each scene. You have several settings that can be changed in each scene that affects the overall look and feel of the shots, including location, lighting, weather, and sound. Here's where the narration can be changed.
As I ventured into the forest, I encountered the wolf, whose smooth words hid his dark intentions.
And here's where you can choose the voice you'll use for the narration. It's the same 33 voices that are available for your characters.
In the middle of every difficulty lies opportunity.
You can easily change the shot by changing the prompt. Use the @ symbol to insert your character into the shot and choose a shot type from the drop-down list. Motion scale is the degree of movement you want in your scene. Sound effects can be added using the SFX text box. Adjusting any of the text prompts and the shot type will automatically change the thumbnail for that shot in real time. But if you go into shot editor mode, you will have much more control over each shot. I made a few adjustments to the prompt until I was happy with the outcome. Whilst you're in editor mode, you can adjust the prompt, add negative prompts, and change the shot type. With Scene Override, you can change the location, lighting and weather, the same details that were available at the scene level mode. The motion section gives you the ultimate control to set the camera motion. There are 4 camera modes. Scene motion for the least amount of camera motion. Natural for a balanced mix of subject and camera motion. Extreme for more dynamic scenes, and custom for full camera control. Select from a number of common camera movement controls in the drop-down. If you use these effectively, you can take your films to the next level of immersion and engagement. In the Advanced section, you can control features like motion intensity, frames per second, and shot duration. By clicking on Frame Edit, you can control the look of the initial image using Generative Fill and remove objects. Generative Fill allows you to insert objects into the image or change existing objects. Remove objects is like an eraser which will paint over any parts of the image that you select. I've made some edits to Scene 1 and I'm now working on Shot 4, Scene 2. The woodsman has arrived at grandmother's cottage in the woods to rescue Red from the wolf. I want him to carry an axe, so I'm going to update the prompt, but it's not working, so I'll use Generative Fill to paint it into the frame. It takes a couple of tries, but I'm happy with the result. In Scene 3, I need to add a new shot where the woodsman slays the wolf. I can easily add a new scene by clicking on the plus symbol after Shot 2. I'll add the woodsman and the wolf into the prompt to make sure they appear together in the same shot. I'll also select Wide Shot so that I can see both characters in the same frame easily. It takes less than 20 seconds to create the shot, but the wolf is way too large. I'll paint over the wolf and remove it from the frame. Then I'll paint it in again at a more suitable size. That's much better than I expected. Now, I need to paint the woodsman's axe into the scene. It takes a lot of attempts to get it right, but at last, I'm happy with the shot. I added a new character, Red's grandmother. I added a description of her appearance and clothing, and I selected her voice.
Dreams come true. Without that possibility, nature would not incite us to have.
I also want to swap out her face. I can do that easily by hovering over her character and selecting face. I drag a close-up photo to swap her face, and that's it. I've almost finished setting up my movie, but I need to check that the voiceover doesn't run longer than the scenes that I've created. Scene 4 has an error, so I better check it. It looks like the number of characters in the narration overruns the scene length. I can either add a new shot, adjust the length of the existing shots to increase the length of the scene, or edit the narration to make it shorter. There, that's done. Almost finished now. I'll hit the preview button and check it. I can choose from image sequence only, standard quality or upscale, but that's not yet available. When I click render, it will go into the queue. There's a button at the end that displays your queue. It could take a while to render, depending on how busy the server is. If it fails, you can retry. If you have issues, then check on their Discord server. Other people might have the same issue. If not, you can post your issue in the Bug Reports channel. There's also a link at the top of that channel to submit an official support ticket. It took a while, but my film is now ready. You can view it next.
As Red ventured into the forest, she encountered the wolf, whose smooth words hid his dark intentions. The wolf swallowed her grandmother whole and taken her place. Luckily, a woodsman was passing close by. Red screamed, and the woodsman rushed in to save her. Now, with the wolf defeated, the forest feels bright and welcoming once more. Red went on TV to tell her story. She went on to write a bestseller. The woodsman sold wolfskin boots, and grandmother opened the Hungry Wolf.
It didn't take long to create, and I'm looking forward to updates to the platform that will improve the output even more, like including dialogue and improving the output quality. What did you think? Are you interested in trying it out yourself? Let me know in the comments. I'll post the results of my experiments on my channel in the future. Thanks for watching.